Oh crap, I forgot. Okay, people. I forgot. This is the ETS Eddie the Streamer Paranormal 4 27 the first 2005, not 21 2005. Okay, so let's see what we can find today. If it'll come up. Okay, we are online. G'day, mate. It's Eddie the Streamer from Cairns, Queensland, Australia. When I do this, I try to do this every day, but it doesn't always work out that way. So sometimes I need to do it differently sometimes. Okay, so let's see what we come across today.
The good guys, Doorbuster deals are on now.
I'm on the wrong.
This Nutribullet Mega Pack,
Hold on.
$99. $200 off this fishing, but 75 each TV. Plus 10% off weather barbecues. Doorbuster deals only at...
This is DJI Flip. It's a vlogger drone, and it's not compatible with any goggles. DJI didn't make this.
So, please go to my live on my Eddie the Streamer. Go to my live tab, not my content tab so much. I try to download them, edit them, and put them in content, but sometimes I get too busy, I get distracted, and things don't happen. So go to my live. If it's not there, go to my normal content. If it's not there, watch me live the next day if it's on. It's really hard. Sorry.
Goggles. But I'm going to show you how to do it. But first, one thing about this. It is packed with great features that you can use for your vlogging. You can buy it both with your phone and the RCN3 controller. It is freaking loud. Here's a comparison between the other two ducted drones that I have. The Avata 2. The Neo. And the Flip. The reason why it's loud is because it has a two-blade propeller. Two-blade propellers are louder than three-bladed propellers. The Flip doesn't flip. The reason why they call it the Flip is because you flip it closed and you flip it open. I think it looks like one of those old-fashioned penny farthing bicycles. And those were really impractical too, but still fun for some people. The camera does come with a nice camera condom. Oh, now we can feel the flight. It has the 04 transmission system, but the controller is Wi-Fi. I'll put a link in the description that...
The only reason I'd buy this, I'd buy the Flip, is for the camera. That's all.
Shows you how to use the Chromecast trick with non-Wi-Fi controlled drones. In fact, if you do manage to mirror your screen from the phone to another device, you'll get this error telling you you can't use both at the same time because it uses the same band of Wi-Fi to control the drone. As for the DJI Flip, you can't use any of the V series, V1s or V2s, nor can you use the goggles 2 or 3 series. And you can't even use the new DJI box goggles, the N3s. I don't have any here because single screen box goggles make me cross-eyed. But you know what you can use? The good old original DJI goggles, because they have an HDMI input. Any goggles with HDMI input will work. These are the Fat Shark Dominator. But the real key to this whole thing is to have an HDMI-enabled tablet. This is a triple tech tablet. It's got HDMI out right here, and you can just load up your DJI Fly app on this. I have a cord with regular size HDMI on one end and a micro HDMI on the other. I plug the micro HDMI into the input of the DJI goggles. The other end, I'll just stick into the output of the tablet. I've got DJI Fly loaded up here on this tablet, and then I'll plug the controller into the tablet. Choose your drone, choose the way you want to control it. I've got the N3 controller, so RC only. There we are. Hi. Does have pretty good optical avoidance. Let's check out the, and it does not fly well. Let's see if I can fly this thing through my carport and land it back up on the porch. It doesn't seem to fly as well as other DJI drones. Will it even go in here? Yeah, it's not one there. I'm pushing it. I'm just pushing it. Just go. Just push through, man. Push. 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 Don't hit the... Come on. Do it. It's stuck. It's just stuck. Oh, it's landing. Okay. Wow. This is not the best. But, yeah, the Avata 2 definitely flies better than this. Yeah, I think that's good optical avoidance. I'm going to go ahead and land. All right. Yeah, well, there you go. I proved that it can be done. It looks great in these old goggles. If you still have a set of these original DJI goggles, I'll put a link in the description for all the stuff that I use. Some final thoughts on the DJI Flip. It is packed full of features that a vlogger might need, but it only tracks people, not vehicles. It is not an inexpensive Avata 2. It costs twice as much as the Neo, but isn't twice as good. It's fairly unstable in medium wind. It's noisy as It does offer 3 ways to control it with a phone, a controller, or your voice, and it's good for drone beginners, but for a toy drone named Flip, DJI did not include a Flip feature. They did, however, include many super hot ladies in their promotional video. And this... Whoopsie! You okay? Oh, it wants me to answer a few questions. What are the factors you consider when buying a DJI Flip? Choose 1 to 3 the most important factors of the plane. I wanted to use goggles with this, but it doesn't support goggles. Why not, DJI? Why not? Could it be that you are money grubbers? Hey, who's that guy? Who's that stranger up there? You're in it, man. No. It's Gary. How you been, buddy?
Busy working.
I missed you, man. Say hi to all your fans.
How both of y'all? Welcome to 271 daily uploads, guys. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's that Sunday vibe. We're also current day. I want to spend a minute running over and seeing if that lake is frozen. It's been all winter waiting for this thing to freeze. Although it's been frozen, hasn't been safe for vehicles, cars, dirt bikes. So I want to buzz over in the heli. If I see dirt bikes, trucks, cars, I want to come back here and get one of my trucks. Probably the Suzuki would make sense. That Toyota would be so fun too. But first things first, let's go see if anybody's out there. Let's see if the ice is safe. And you already know I want to land the heli on the lake, but I have no freaking clue the legalities on that. Probably not good. There's my freaking hat, dude. Are you kidding me? I've been looking for this for over a week. So welcome to our Sundays. It's Sunday for you if you're watching when I upload. I want to get the heli out. It's just beautiful. It's cool. It's the day to fly. So go check the lake out. All right. Fire in the hole. Woo, baby. She's excited. I'm excited. Wow, what a place to live. My God, eh? Yep, and that's your front garden. Incredible.
we have got some stormy weather in the UK today. I'm not going to be taking the Mini 3 up, just because the fear of probably losing it or something. It's very, very windy above the treetops, but down here, ground level.
I love the sound of that helicopter starting up, and I could watch this channel all day quite easily. He does some great stuff with the Neo.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout, and fame, mud, disease.
I'm getting into some scary stuff very soon. Right now, I just want to see how his new blades worked out.
He's a play we all love to hate, have to play.
Low level. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the DJI Neo up, have a bit of a sound test because my new props have arrived. Okay, right. On my phone I have a decibel reader. I'm going to access that now. So standing just here. Okay, right. So the average is about 34 decibels. Change the props over and let's do it again. You can see the difference. These are 5 spokes. These are 3 spokes. The
Apparently, more spokes gives you a quieter drone.
important thing is that you've got to get them kind of in a diagonal, like an X shape. So that one there's got to match that one there. That one there's got to match that one there. So I just need to remove one now. And then I'll put the new one back in, and then we can carry on with our little test. And then we use these ones to fly around the forest and just see the performance, really.
Yeah, that looks good. I think I'll buy them myself because 5 blades, that should give you a lot more downforce. Possibly some more lifting ability. Maybe even some speed.
I'm just really looking for maybe slightly better performance, perhaps, but a lot less noise really from the props, which is obviously going to help. Okay, right, we'll take it off again and we conduct the test. Hopefully I've got the props on the right way. Wow, that's a lot quieter, isn't it?
Actually, it's louder.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but to me, audibly, standing 4 feet away, there's a massive difference. You can probably pick it up on the camera as well. Well, I think there's a massive improvement there, but go.
The decibel reading means it says it's louder. But there might be other benefits.
Gonna fly around and get the filming. Away we go. Any difference in speed, I wonder?
Every time I press that red button on my one, it doesn't record at all.
I'm not sure. I don't think there's going to be, but...
He has AI generated music, so there should not be any copyright.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I
Doesn't look as fast or as thingo, but yeah, we'll give it a minute.
don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I'm both so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patent it, being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay and last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chain.
Did he add the all-important link? Contrast and Lego scope. Yeah. Got it from eBay. Tripod. Red ones. Improved Neo 5 leaves. Low noise, which actually is more noise. DJI Advanced and replacement offset. Low noise. Okay. So we'll bookmark it. Come back to it later, maybe. Right, so this one here has been kicking around for a while. Let's see if it's of any use.
Minnesota. It's negative 28 right now. Feels like negative 41. And this is the doorknob on the inside of my house.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but the sky in Florida right now is so purple. Like the whole sky is just purple, dude.
I'm waiting for the day when they have all those soldiers that robots. Robot armies, people. Attack of the droids.
Freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, we're going to take a look at some mysterious TikToks that sent me on a wild ride. If y'all are new here...
Shut the hell up. This new smog, right? Or snow, if you like to call it. Apparently has a purple tinge. It smells like fireworks. And it leaves an oily stain on everything. It's hard to remove. Real natural stuff, eh? Solid as a rock.
I couldn't even imagine, like, taking a nap in my car and waking up to that. Like, how would you even get out of there?
I mean, there's really no other way to describe it other than surreal because it's just, I can't imagine my 15 years of storm chasing ever covering a storm to this caliber along the Gulf Coast. I mean, along I-10 and crossing into Pensacola Beach last night. It was near blizzard conditions in Florida, of all places. That's just two things that don't seem like they should go hand in hand. But with this particular storm, they certainly did. And that's why we call it a once-in-generational storm, because it just does not happen. This area got anywhere between 6 to 8 inches of snow. A couple of the bridges do remain closed back over to the mainland, and the main one crossing over the Pensacola Bay still remains closed this morning with no ETA to be open. And
Yeah, like I care. I seen this idiot the other day. He stuck his tongue to a pole because he's just stupid.
rain. So they're doing this because they've been suffering from severe droughts all over
Oh,
China,
yeah.
especially along the.
Seen it. Don't care. Probably seen it. The thing washing around wax out of her ear. Okay, all of that I've either seen
Today and cold.
or is
When
it
in reality,
live?
we could have this same blizzard tomorrow.
So I hate repeated stuff that just repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats. So stupid. You know, like butchers, yeah. They're not always the same. I think it was China has got the rights to the ability now to combine animal and human DNA. I think they've already been doing that. But you know Hitler, that was what he was doing that back in those days, back in the World War II. He was combining human and animal DNA back then. Hitler. So I mean, are we going back to World War II?
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Classified Captures. Steve here, and today we've got a wild lineup of clips ranging from never-before-seen clips of shadow creatures to strange UFO sightings that could make your jaw drop. Ready to have your mind blown? Well, let's dive right in. Starting today's episode, we got this woman who had a strange experience while applying mascara. She'd just drawn a little mascara on the corner of her lower lids when a black, inky-looking substance
The hell?
suddenly appeared in a lower eyelid. The strange part is it didn't seem to come from the mascara. The substance showed up in the center of a lower lid, even though the mascara brush wasn't near that area. As she gently
I would be very careful about that. I'd probably go to a doctor or someone who specialises in that sort of thing. If there is anyone like that.
pulled at a lower eyelid, more of the black substance became visible, as though it was trapped under her eye. With every blink, it seemed to spread further into her eye. It's very unsettling to watch, and she uploaded the whole ordeal to our community to see if a paranormal being could be behind it. Some felt that
What they've been putting in makeup lately, that sort of thing, could be worms or any kind of thing. Yeah, I saw a thing the other day. It was lipstick. They took lipstick. They cut a little slither off the top of the lipstick. They put it under a microscope, and the whole lipstick was worms. All kinds of worms. I'm like, ew.
that was the case, whereas others felt she had probably applied a lot more than before she'd started filming. They're not sure if it's an intentional hoax or an accidental one. Some also feel she got an entity there with her, interfering with the process. I'm not sure what paranormal beings will gain interfering with a makeup application session, but what do you guys think?
Don't wear makeup.
Moving on, we visit China, where scientists and researchers have developed a groundbreaking way to control a robot using a brain. And when I say a brain, I'm not necessarily referring to a human brain, but a lab-grown one. I mean, take a look at the robot. It moves on its own and it's said to learn faster than traditional AI systems. In case you were wondering, here's how they made it work. The lab-grown brain is grown with a silicon chip. Through this chip, the brain sends and receives information which is then processed by a biocomputer to bring the robot to life. The goal behind this technology is to create robots capable of performing hard labor. But if you think about it, this is eerily similar to humans doing the same work. After all, these robots now possess a level of consciousness that almost mirrors our own. I don't know about you, but
Yeah. Get a robot. Make him do the work. Put him to work. And then, oh, I don't want you. You don't pay me enough. All these excuses. They don't turn up for work. Or you just, useless. To me, the only purpose of a robot is to do the things the humans can't. Or to make a human's life a bit easier. Right? So, like, say if you're disabled, it can wash the dishes, it can clean the floor, it can do all that sort of stuff. Or if you're just really busy working all the time, it can take care of the house while you're out. Go and do the shopping, all that sort of thing. I don't see any point in having a robot that's got feelings, thinks like us, has an awareness like us. I don't see any point in that.
But how do you feel about this? This clip is something you don't see every day. Why? Because it's footage that allegedly comes from inside a prison. A prisoner had been repeatedly complaining, begging for his cell to be changed because they were bothering him. His concerns were dismissed as tantrums or attempts to get special treatment until this footage surfaced. In the video, however, you can see the man gripping the prison bars visibly uneasy, but the real shock is what's happening behind him. A dark figure can be seen crawling on the ground, moving unnaturally like some kind of creature. The
A
prisoner
dark creature that looks like some kind of creature.
was supposed to be alone in that cell, so what exactly is that thing? Some in the community think it's demonic. It's hard to disagree with them if this clip is truly genuine. But what do you also think? The mother was in her room with her young daughter when the little girl suddenly said she could see someone in the closet.
Yeah, I saw this one the other day. She describes a person in the closet. She says, oh, there's a little boy there, then it's a little girl. And there's nothing there. Because kids can see what adults can't.
Take a look at their
And pets.
interaction.
Boy,
What's he wearing?
he's wearing superhero clothes.
Where's he at?
I don't know.
The daughter described the figure as a superhero. When they went into the closet to investigate, the little girl insisted it was a woman in a dress, but the mother couldn't see anything.
Where's he at? What color is he?
He's red.
He's white?
He's red.
He's red? What?
Now, we all know that kids have vivid imaginations, especially when it comes to
It's not always imagination.
imaginary friends or made-up scenarios. But
Kids can see ghosts and things like that. When I was in my mate's house staying over looking after kids a fair while ago now when he was staying in one of the house he stayed in. This house was beautiful. It had great big everything. It was awesome. It was really cheap rent. So we were there, and he had 3 little kids, and they kept pointing at this thing, and like when we walked outside, they were going to walk down straight, like they normally would, but they got down and walked down, crawled down the stairs instead of walking. And I know there was a ghost there because every morning there was a toilet there that would flush, and there would be the smell of like cigar smoke every morning. So obviously someone died in that house, and that's why it's so cheap. And there's a room you can't use. He moved out of that because his eldest boy was staying in that room, and he started screaming and stuff, and it was really bad for him.
But what makes this situation eerie is how firmly the little girl stood by her description, pointing out details without hesitation.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Where is he?
It's just a girl. It's a girl.
It's a girl.
Yeah, see, it's not scary. It's not scary.
The mother, however, believes her daughter might actually be seeing ghosts or has some sort of sensitivity to the paranormal, but given she can't see it herself, it's quite hard. So what would you do in her stead?
What would I do? Ghost apps. Go to Spirit Talker. Spirit Talker. There's a whole lot of them, but there's a lot of fake ones too. So, yeah, there's a lot of good ones. If you want to know which ones are the good ones, watch the people who use them.
As a mother, would you agree with the child, or would you dismiss the whole thing?
And her white legs.
Okay.
And her wet dress.
You know, she said red or wet dress.
Okay.
Throughout history, there have been records of dark humanoid creatures. They're mostly known as shadow people, but no one really knows if they're real or just a figment of our imagination. However, these shadow people have been caught on camera in various situations. Take this first video, for example. A security camera captures a shadowy figure crossing the street. A car drives straight through it, and the driver slams on the brakes, panicking, thinking he's hit someone. But there's no one there. This second clip is from a hotel hallway. A child-sized shadow entity darts out from a corner toward a cart and vanishes back to where it came from. It's so fast that you could almost miss it. Now look at this third video. The girl notices her dog acting strange, barking and running around the room. Then, a shadowy figure appears, chasing the dog. There are countless theories about shadow people. Some people believe that the spirits of the dead lingering in our world. Others think they're demons. Some even call them tricksters who mess with people in their homes. And then, some believe they're harbingers of death, and seeing them could mean someone is about to die.
I believe they're all of them. Some of them can be people that haven't gone into the light and got crossed over. Others are demons pretending to be people that have crossed over just to trick people and get their souls. Others are just who knows what.
So what do you think? Are shadow people real? And if they are, what could they truly be? And why are they appearing to some people and not others? A cowgirl from Texas shared a chilling and unforgettable experience she had in her stables. She was wrapping up her evening routine, making sure the animals were secure and everything was in place for the night. That's when she saw something that froze her in her tracks. It was a man on horseback riding through her wooden arena. The footage she captured is startlingly clear despite it being sundown. You can make out the black horse and the rider dressed in a long-sleeved white shirt. But here's the eerie part. Both the man and the horse were completely transparent, like apparitions. They looked
Yeah, but that could be the camera.
ghostly. When she shared this footage, people were stunned. The majority believed she had encountered a ghost, perhaps the spirit of a cowboy who used to work at the stables. But one theory that got me is that it was an alternate reality. What if this cowgirl accidentally got a glimpse into a parallel universe? One where this man owns her stables. What do you think about that? A passenger on the plane shared this footage that has everyone talking. In the video, a strange craft is seen flying by the plane. It looks like a stingray, except it's solid like a craft. Some people believe it's just a high-tech drone, while others are convinced it's a UFO. The unique shape and
U.S. Army. They have a plane like that.
the way it moves fuel the alien theories. Skeptics, however, are saying it could easily have been staged or edited. The clip is oddly short and doesn't provide much context, leaving many wondering if this is just a clever hoax. But you've seen it, so what do you think? Here's a chilling encounter someone shared from their stay at a hotel. This person had booked a room and was casually exploring the place, because, well, why not? While checking out the bathroom, they noticed some blue glass walls along one side. You couldn't see through them, so they didn't think much of it at first. Then, as they started opening the closet doors, the first one was empty, and so was the second. But then something caught their eye. It was a seam in the wood, so they slid their keycard in the gap to pry it open, and to their shock, the panel revealed a hidden passage. This passage ran behind the blue glass wall, but that was not all. There was another door within, and when they opened that, it led to what appeared to be a dark, cave-like space. The walls and atmosphere felt completely different from the hotel, as if it belonged to another place entirely. The darkness stretched deep. He felt unsafe, so he wisely chose not to venture further. What if someone could use this secret passage to sneak into your room? Would you even know? Not sure how to feel about this.
I would, because I hear everything when I sleep. I see everything. So it's, a lot of the time I just ignore stuff. But I'd know that is not good, because that's the same as having a mirror where someone can be behind the mirror watching what's going on. Maybe they're only making sure you're not stealing or wrecking the room, but also there's the other thing.
But do well to stay vigilant when staying in unfamiliar places, folks. And if you can, always stay at reputable hotels. What you're looking at is a groundbreaking invention. It's a new type of bandage. An electronic bandage, to be exact. It was created by scientists from North Carolina University
Electronic bandage.
in Korea. This high-tech bandage is water-activated and designed to speed up the healing process. This is how it works. The bandage uses electric fields to stimulate tissue repair, speeding up the healing of chronic wounds by as much as 30%. Chronic wounds, like those caused by diabetes or pressure sores, can take a long time to heal, but this innovation could be a game changer. It's fascinating to see how far medical technology has come, and this could offer hope to millions of patients worldwide. What do you think of this invention?
Yeah, I don't know.
This footage allegedly comes from a village in the Dominican Republic. The villagers were drawn to a mysterious light shining on a lagoon. The strange light seemed to float on the surface of the water, and despite someone throwing a stick at the spot, the light remained steady and undisturbed. Here's the strange part. There was no visible source for the light, no flashlights, no equipment nearby, nothing that could explain it. The person filming even panned the camera around the area to double check, and when they pointed it back at the lagoon, the light had vanished without a trace. It left everyone stunned. What do you think this could be? Julius thinks it's fake, but Aaron says it reminds him of an underwater UAP and sunoluminescence. We've covered both these topics in the past, so what say you? Some cave explorers captured this footage deep inside a Mayan cave. It's a striking statue of a man kneeling with his arms stretched out in front of him holding a white bird.
Look at his head.
At first, it might seem like just another artifact, but there's much more to it when you consider the history of these Mayan.
He's obviously a native because of his horn cross. Possibly mine, I don't know. What's he letting the bird go, or?
Caves. Mayan caves were often considered sacred portals to the underworld known as Xibalba. These spaces were believed to be spiritual gateways where rituals, sacrifices, and ceremonies took place to communicate with the gods. The statues pose with the offering of a bird, and it's
only one god. The rest are demons.
A symbol often associated with freedom or a connection
or made up
to the heavens. This may signify a plea or a tribute to the deities for peace, guidance, or balance. What makes it even eerier is how intact this artifact is, preserved through centuries in such an isolated and mysterious environment.
Not to mention the detail. It's almost like someone got there and was kneeling and stuff and then just died like that. And it's seriously preserved.
Two friends were out at sea in Miami when they noticed something strange on the horizon. It was an odd floating shape with light surrounding it.
Could be a new invention. It could be something US Army. It could be... I have no idea.
The object was hard to identify, and opinions were divided on what it could be.
Get the drone out, fly it up to it, and find out.
Naturally, they uploaded their discovery to one of the paranormal communities where it spread thanks to the debates that emanated from it. Some suggested it might be a cruise ship, but the lights, how do you explain the lights?
A cruise ship? I could see the top part, or the middle part being a cruise ship, but the bottom part? Maybe it's a string. It could be a string. It could be a cruise ship. It could be a string of those lights that they put on the ships to make them look really festive. There's a possibility. I don't know.
I'm not sure I'm the only one who sees that it looks like a fish, right? I'm not sure if cruise ships do this, but many in the community didn't think so. They believed it could be an illusion, such as a fata morgana, which is a phenomenon where lights bend to create mirage-like images over water. It's hard to say if this is a cause for worry or just a cruise ship. Can those of us with expertise in the field confirm this for us?
That looks like the cruise ship flipped over and it served as a...
There's people walking around on it. You see that?
fish smell.
Must be a cruise ship. There's people walking around on it. It must be just that because it's so blurry you can't see the big Yeah, I've seen this. I think it's a costume. You know how they have those costumes in Halloween where you put it on and it looks like you've got no head, but your head is actually the shoulder level. That's what I think. Could be wrong, but yeah.
It wasn't even Halloween when a driver captured this eerie sight on the side of the road. It was a horseman, but here's the chilling part. The rider had no head. Yes, a headless horseman riding by the roadside. Not sure about you, but I do find this image creepy. And while the headless horse,
You know, it could be one of those, somewhere one of those Arabian things. You know how they have the thing on their head and then they have the long coat like thing at the back. Oh, maybe? I don't know.
horseman has long been a legend in folklore, most famously from the legend of Sleepy Hollow. This sighting happened randomly and out of season, and it
See how there it looks like this is the face and that's like a burqa or a those those foreign dresses that they all wear, you know, robes and stuff. Because that looks like they're not like goggles, and that could be the mouth and nose, and this could be just like some kind of hat thing. I don't know. I'm only speculating, so don't quote me.
it's unsettling. What do you think? Is this a well executed prank or something much more bizarre? Aaron, the conspiracy theorist, suspects it might be. If he's skeptical about it, no need to bring Julius into the picture because we know what he might say. But what about you guys? What say you? There's a theory out there that the world is controlled by secret elites who run banks and major industries.
Duh. It's not a theory, it's a fact.
Some say these powerful figures operate in the shadows, serving darker forces. Someone recently shared an eerie observation involving euro banknotes. They held up the notes to a mirror, and what appeared between the money and its reflection shocked them. Faces formed, one resembling a snake, another similar to the first, and the last one looked like a bull. These animals are often tied to conspiracies about the Illuminati or shadow elites who are believed to serve sinister purposes. So, what do you think? Could this be an intentional design hidden?
Yeah. I mean, Illuminati, they rule a lot of the world. Them and the Masons, which are sort of part of them, lots of other other groups.
In plain sight? A mere coincidence, or just people finding patterns where there are none? There's a cosmetic procedure gaining popularity, and it's called fractional CO2 laser treatment. This involves using lasers on the skin, and after the procedure, the skin often looks red, raw, and sore. Just take a look at this. But as the skin heals, it tightens and rejuvenates, giving a more youthful appearance. The treatment
So basically, it's getting rid of the old dead layers of skin.
works by creating tiny wounds on the skin, which triggers the body to produce collagen and elastin, essential for healing and firming the skin. However, since when has anything involving lasers been 100% safe for humans, especially in the beauty industry where people mostly go beyond their limits? There's a risk of overdoing it. This is why we've seen cases of people ending up with deformed faces from
Oh God, look at those lips. I really wish people would not do that. A little bit, yeah, it's not too bad. Pump them up. If you got lips that are like a pencil drawing, yeah, collagen, sure, but not like that. That's stupid.
excessive cosmetic.
I mean, look at that. That's ugly as hell. And she reckons she looks pretty. Ugly as hell.
Procedures. What are your thoughts on this treatment? Is it worth the risk?
If you're trying to look ugly and do punk stuff, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think so. Although that treatment to make you look younger, maybe.
A mysterious entity known as the Hat Man has been making the rounds lately. Descriptions of this figure
Every day there's a new bloody figure.
are chilling. It's said to have a dark silhouette wearing a brimmed hat. Take a look at these various clips of the Hat Man captured by different people worldwide. What's fascinating is that those who encounter the Hat Man are rarely fully awake. Most sightings occur during sleep paralysis, while others claim to see it in their rooms before it vanishes briefly. Now, this image is particularly eerie. The Hat Man was reportedly captured standing behind a woman in this photograph. Strangely, she passed away just a few days later. No one truly knows what the Hat Man is or what it represents. Could it be a harbinger of death, a manifestation of fear, or perhaps
Jack the Ripper.
something else entirely? Do you have any encounters or stories involving this mysterious hatter? Please share in the comments section.
Sometimes I feel left out because there's so many spiritual things, names of things, all kinds of animals and shadow people and that, and I never see any of them or have anything to do with any of them. I guess that's a good thing though, isn't it?
The bird is just sitting.
Oh God, this is ancient.
Okay, bro.
Bird sits there and then it flies away. Whoopee.
Okay. No, that's Casey. It's just stuck in place.
A family spotted this bird flapping its wings furiously, but it just was not moving. It just hovered in the same spot as if stuck. After a while, it stopped, then flapped again, and finally flew off. At first, it seemed like one of those strange glitches, but there's a simple explanation. And yes, Julius did give it to us. According to him, the bird was likely fighting a strong headwind, which is a gust of air blowing directly against it. Even though it was flapping, the wind matched its speed, so it couldn't move forward.
Just like when a swimmer swims against the current, and the current is the same speed as them, or pushes them backwards.
To anyone watching, it looked like a bird that was frozen in midair. When it paused, the bird was likely regaining energy or adjusting its approach, and on its second try, it managed to push through the wind and fly away. So it's not a glitch, just nature at work.
The bird is just sitting. Okay, brother. No, that's Casey. It's just stuck in place.
This eerie image surfaced on Reddit. It was shared by a family member who captured it during a camping trip. The family had gathered around a campfire, chatting and enjoying the night. No one reported feeling uneasy or noticing anything strange at the time. However, the next day, as the person who took the photo reviewed it, he noticed something. This figure of what appeared to be a soldier holding a musket. Let's zoom in for a closer look. The man who captured the image showed it to his relatives, and the discovery left the family in.
Yeah, it's probably an old war game, war ground. Probably Civil War or something there. Is there anything of any interest?
Shock. While the illusion is strikingly convincing, our in-house video editor believes this is more likely the result of advanced editing techniques rather than a demonstration of supernatural abilities.
She's tweaking right now, real talk. I don't know what she's doing, but she got a lot in her mind, bro. It's weighing her down, real talk.
She's got her feet hooked into the ledge up here, and she's just hanging by her feet.
God damn. Still on strange things in the sky, we move all the way to Kentucky. There you go. Check it out. There it is. Beautiful. Scary at the same time. Look at that. A group of friends were out one night when they spotted something strange in the sky. There were two unusual celestial bodies. One was the moon, the other was a red planet-like object positioned behind it. This red planet-like thing in the sky looked pretty close to the Earth. Not only that, this red planet was also rotating, which is weird. The one recording was very sure and very convinced that he was looking at the planet Nibiru. There was further speculation that this planet could be the reason.
There was a planet that was gonna come close to Earth. I forget when.
For the recent surge in UFO and UAP sightings. A few years ago, I would have jumped on the bandwagon and asked the government to tell the truth. But if this is true, and there was really a planet that large close to our planet, we could see it too, right? I mean, everyone would have noticed it. Aside from that, we wouldn't see it rotating like it is now, since our planet would also be rotating too. Unless, of course, this is rotating too fast. Don't even get me started on the damage the gravitational pull from both planets would cause. Based on this evidence, I, along with all the science whizzes out there, call hoax on this clip. If you think
There seems to be a lot here to look at today.
You may have watched Mel Gibson's blockbuster film, The Passion of Christ, but you might not be aware of the extraordinary backstage events. The movie's lightning strikes, strange injuries, and eerie coincidences seem like they're straight out of a script, but they were all hauntingly real. Did the intense spiritual nature of the film bring any real-life curses or bad luck to those involved? Was it true that the actor who played Jesus, Jim Caviezel, came dangerously close to death many times while filming, or was it?
Yeah, that's actually true. They had a lot of problems with that film. It's like when they did that Shakespeare one, and people got hurt every time they tried to do it. Macbeth, I think it was. They actually
What
did
would you
it.
say if I told you
Before.
I can read the label on that chair using this security camera? You'd probably say, what lid? It's that far away. Check this out.
Item number 49, item 49, composition 50% polyester plus 70% PVC, managed by HTL,
Wow. Normally you go a little bit until it's blurry.
10 kilograms? I don't know, okay, I can't read that one. I'm a little bit excited about this one because I got Railink to send me the absolute top tier cameras that they do, and quite a few of them, I might add. And this is the most Star Trek security system you have ever seen in your life. perfectly normal business to it.
Start right here.
Home Assistant is the best system when it comes to things like home automation, but also they've started to get really good when it comes to the security stuff, and this is just so cool. Reolink have sent me one Duo 3 PoE camera, so this one's actually wired in, and that's monitoring the front of my house. This thing has this unbelievably cool split screen view, so it has this ultra wide field of vision. They've sent me one track mix camera, which is wireless, and this is the best Wi-Fi camera I have ever seen. That's on the far end of my house watching my shed. And they've sent me two, checks notes, RLC823S2 cameras. Oh! I forgot that was a thing. I've been playing this for a while. Look at that. And what's the picture quality? What? This is what you came to watch. Reolink have sponsored this video, but I'm going to be as honest with you guys as I was with Luke Skywalker. Watch yourself, 3-speed full throttle. Alright, mate, don't need to be a dick about it. What are you doing about that tower? You worry about those spiders, I'll worry about the tower. You like 16, you bossy little right. I've actually had all these cameras now installed since the 5th of December, so I have a really good opportunity to tell you not only all the really, really cool things that this can do, especially when they're wired, but also some of the not so cool things too. Here to unbox it for us is Paul from the distant past. Paul from the distant past, have you forgiven me for sleeping with your wife yet? No. No one buys you any Christmas presents, so enjoy that when it happens. Christmas presents. Oh, darkness, my old friend. This, my friends, is my sort of Christmas. Look at all of this! The only thing that's missing is a Christmas tree. Is that cool? That's not cool, is it? Look at that! That is a monster! You could bludgeon a burglar to death with it! Oh, I didn't know that it was that big! That's what she said. That's what she said. That's a good camera. Imagine if it goes up and it sucks. Imagine if it goes up and it sucks. This turned out to be quite the premonition. Not because the cameras suck, but oh god, this is awful. So the guy came to me after he'd fitted the camera to the wall, and he said, "Do you want me to go through the setup process now while my ladder's out, or do you want to just do it later?" And I went, I got a ladder, I can reach it. My ladder couldn't reach it.
Welcome to Reolink. Please install Reolink app. Reolink es installiert. Dziękuję klucz. Oddykamy za skanę. Bienvenue à Reolink.
Shut up!
L'application Reolink is disponible.
Do you know what the setup process does? Do you know it just talks forever?
Bienvenido a Reolink. Escanee el código QR en la cámara. Por favor, instale la aplicación Reolink y escanee el código QR en la cámara.
I'm not sure I thought this through. If anyone's interested in how much it costs to get this stuff installed so you don't have to do it, because that was my biggest concern, was having the time to do all this, I think they're charging something like £200, £300 for the whole day. Which ain't bad going, right? Try not to stab myself. Yes, I've seen him before. He was very good. Another bundle of Ethernet. What an anticlimax. That's it. Let's go have someone else plug this in because
That looks like an interesting camera.
I'm not professional enough.
See you next morning.
So aside from the pure weight and physicality of these things, the speed at which they move is utterly terrifying. This isn't how an object this size is supposed to move. If this doesn't scare your burglars, nothing on earth will. Check this out. Well, I came sneaking down the side of my house now, right? Watch what this thing does. Stop it. Stop following me, it's creepy. I don't like it. Both the absolute beast of a camera and the little track mix camera are capable of automatically following people around. And although the absolute beast of a camera can zoom really far in and really far out, the track mix camera actually has two lenses. One that is automatically zoomed further in, and one that is automatically zoomed further out to give you both perspectives, and both feeds are individually recorded to the NVR. Better than that, you can actually set the zoom level of the zoomed-in camera. This is even cooler than that time I was in Squid Game.
I know what's going through your head. I already have a gun. Who cares what the rules are? I'm just going to aim at this asshole, pull the trigger a couple of times, and blow his ugly face off.
Not gonna lie, mate, I hadn't actually thought of that. I was about to play Russian roulette with you for no reason.
What the?
First of all, Reolink has its own software. You don't have to use the amazing Star Trek software that I'm going to show you in a second. They have their own thing for connecting into their NVR, or in fact any of their cameras, and it works with Apple Macs, it works with PC.
The only thing I don't like a lot about those things is you've got to pay them a subscription.
It works with all of your mobile phones. This is it. It looks really, really cool to use because it's all super high quality once you set it to high quality. And you've got things like PTZ functionality here inside the app.
If you want to watch the rest of that, go to that channel.
In this case.
"25 terrifying footage." Is it
A man
terrifying?
was exploring Zombie Road alone when he felt...
Zombie Road? There's a place called Zombie Road? Street?
But an unsettling sensation, as if someone was watching him.
Yeah, all the zombies.
This road is known for its paranormal reputation, having once been the site of an orphanage that tragically burned down in the early 1900s. Visitors have often reported ghostly sightings of children believed to be the spirits of those who perished in the fire. After leaving the orphanage's remains, the man decided to capture the sunset through the trees with his camera. Since this was before the era of instant digital photography, it wasn't until he developed the photo later that he saw what he captured. Could these be the spirits of the children?
I don't think so.
TikTok user Tia Langley and her friends decided to try the Randonautica app,
Oh gosh.
which led them to an abandoned...
If you're going to use the Randonautica app, put it on a phone that you don't need, don't use. It's really cheap, and it's not your main phone. Because you will get tracked, you will get stalked, and you'll wish that you never put it on that phone.
location. Tia recorded their exploration, but things quickly took a strange and unsettling turn. Take a look.
It's like, oh my god. Guys, I don't want to like try it. Literally went out. It's literally right there. What? Are your brights on? Can you turn your brights on? Oh shit. And then it's like a big pool. Yeah, don't go there. Just stay here. Don't move. Figure it out. Yeah, we should. Holy fucking
People, shine the camera at what you're looking at. Crikey.
In part 2 of her video, the situation became clearer.
Yeah, someone's walking and got a torch. That's really scary. Someone passed it by. You just hit someone, girl.
Several men suddenly appeared, punching the car door and chasing them for a while. the group found themselves in a dangerous and eerie situation,
Probably trespassing.
leaving them to wonder what might have happened if it stepped out of the car. In 2021, Rosie shared a chilling experience from her trip to Armenia. After leaving a coffee shop, she walked down the street, absorbed in her phone, when a sudden chill washed
She involved in her phone when she suddenly ran face first into a post and broke her nose.
over her. Looking up, she saw someone who looked exactly like her. Same clothes, backpack, and glasses. They locked eyes for a moment before the stranger looked away.
Is it a mimic? Is it a long lost twin? Or is it just someone that just happens to have the same features as her?
Terrified, Rosie snapped a picture, her mind in a daze from the shop. She also took a selfie afterward, showing the eerie resemblance. She quickly hailed a taxi and left, even talking about it. Still
I don't think that looks the same.
gives her the chills. In July 2nd, 2020, Issa, a TikTok user, was
It's probably like that lady that's like, she sent all these photos in to the show of all the people that look at her and observe her and, really pay attention to her. And in all the photos, I think there was probably one person looking at her out of like 20. None of them had anything to do with her.
driving what seemed like a typical journey when something strange caught their attention. As they followed a car, a glowing-eyed figure appeared to be peeking out from the trunk. Issa quickly grabbed their
And it waved.
phone and began recording, determined to capture the bizarre sight. As the video ended, a distressed sound was heard from Issa, likely overwhelmed by fear.
Nah, you're an idiot.
Since posting the video, many have watched and speculated, but no clear explanation has surfaced. A woman and her cousin visited the Sorrel Weed House in Savannah, Georgia, during their trip and took a photo while there. In the picture, you can see the woman, her cousin, two other visitors, and a blurry figure on the right. The woman immediately noticed the figure after taking the photo and confirmed that it wasn't part of their group. While some suggest the figure could be the result of someone moving when the photo was taken, the woman is certain that
Have a look at the photo, the picture up on the wall. Now have a look at the person, the thingo person. So they both have the same sort of coloured shirt. They both have a white collar. They both have hair around the mouth, mustache and beard. Is the hair the same? Could be the person who's up on the wall there in that picture. Could be the same person that's walking into the room. What do you think?
no one was there. Could it be a ghost? YouTuber Michael Luzzy returned to Split Rock Road in New Jersey, a place where he had a disturbing experience before.
Oh, what is that light? Oh, it isn't labeled.
Yo, what the hell? What is that? Yo!
Possibly reflection. Something shiny on the tree. But there's a light up in the other trees that I'm not sure where that's coming from.
While standing in the area, Luzzie noticed two strange lights, one higher up in the trees and the other lower. The lights seemed to shift positions,
What about that one in the background splashing?
defying explanation. Soon after, Luzzie saw something even more terrifying.
It's definitely coming from over here somewhere. So what the hell?
The faint outline of a person seemingly material.
Okay. So is the person... Okay, so it looks like there's eyes here, a body here, and then a body here, but no eyes. So is the person down here and that's its legs? Or is that one person's head and another person? I mean, what?
Materializing from the darkness.
No, I think it was a post.
In fear, Luzzie ran back to their car.
I think it might have been a person down below, but the part I thought it was his legs was actually a post.
Unsure of what they had just witnessed, the phantom lights and figure remained unexplained. Scuba divers were filming fish when something unexpected happened. Lightning struck the surface of the water above them. The shock wave was deafening, like the pressure wave from an explosion amplified underwater where sound travels differently. One diver with 25 years of experience described it as feeling like being hit by a truck, leaving him unable to dive for days. Fortunately, the divers escaped without any serious injuries. Reddit user Flower Sliders was walking along an abandoned road in rural Japan when he noticed something strange.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Yeah, I see a lot of that. I was walking home, there was like this daisy in the grass, and the leaves of it was doing that. But the leaves of all the ones next to it weren't moving at all.
Why is it moving?
Yeah.
Probably something chewing on the roots or something like that.
Oh, why is it doing
You guys not see that down there?
What?
Right there.
Okay, why is it still moving?
Don't go. I'm like genuinely out of I don't understand. I'm gonna look this up.
Oh, maybe there's something. Still, no, it's not. It's cut there, so they shouldn't be, right? I don't know.
Okay, I'll just go.
Okay.
That wasn't happening.
I mean, I don't think
Maybe there's like a monkey or something.
I don't think it was happening before because
I would have heard it too. Shit.
A lone tree was moving in an eerie, unnatural way, while all the surrounding trees stood perfectly still. A local friend mentioned they had never seen anything like it before and couldn't explain it. Some believe it could be the work of Kodama, mythical spirits from Japanese folklore said to inhabit healthy forests.
I think it's just something attacking the roots, like a bug or something.
Others suggest more scientific explanations, like oscillation frequencies or loose roots react to seismic activity, which is plausible given Japan's frequent earthquakes. However, the eerie movement of the tree, paired with the ominous reputation of the nearby Aokigahara forest, was enough to leave the user feeling deeply unsettled. A man checked his car after an accident and took a photo of the damage. When he reviewed the photo later, he noticed something strange inside the car. After brightening the image, he was horrified by what he saw. A creepy figure sitting in the driver's seat with glowing eyes and a monstrous, unsettling appearance. Many commenters believed it might be an evil spirit responsible for the accident, as there have been several similar captures after car accidents, where scary-looking entities were spotted inside the vehicles. This group of people were wandering through the woods when they came across something downright terrifying.
Hola, Luca.
A pale figure dressed in black stood motionless among the trees. As they shined their flashlights on her, she remained silent and unmoving, staring back at them.
¿Por qué no vienes aquí donde estamos?
Despite their attempts to engage with her, she didn't react. In a moment of defiance, one of the group members threw something at her. To their shock, the figure fell over instantly, and they quickly ran out of the woods. Who or what did they encounter that day? A Reddit user shared a chilling story about her husband's friend, who captured something unsettling on camera during a trip. The friend claimed to have seen a ghostly figure walking down their hallway. When the friend told his wife, she admitted to seeing it too. Later, as they reviewed photos from the trip, they noticed something terrifying. In one photo, a woman was standing in the kitchen, though no one else was there, and the figure didn't resemble his wife at all. What made it even creepier was the figure looked like the one he had seen earlier in the hallway. Thankfully, they never experienced anything strange again after that trip. On June 18th, 2024, a TikTok user named Jules and her friends decided to try the Randonautica app. They chose to manifest something sad, and the app directed them to an eerie location.
Oh, it's mom's. Yeah, I don't think you said mom.
Saddest thing I saw was the Mount Mulligan graveyard. It's not really tended by many. It's pretty much gone back to the bush. But there, the thing what happened there was all these miners were inside the tunnel doing coal mining, and there was whole families, like all the males in a family. The youngest was, I think, 19 or 16 or something. The oldest was 24 or something like that. All died in the mine on the same day, at the same moment, at the same second. Because that's when the mine exploded. So, all these people, all the men of the place were dead at the same time, in the same place. Amazing, but sad.
Mom, then turn back, Mom. If you have to think about it.
These days, all the women and all the men would be dead from working in the mine.
No.
Mom, let me turn back.
Okay, there wasn't such a big difference, but yeah.
And it's deeper soda. No, Mom.
This would have been where our destination is.
Somewhere down there.
Somewhere down there.
At the end of the road near a cemetery, they suddenly heard something unsettling.
Hold on.
Come on, you're boring me. We're gonna find anything else that's good. We're at 1:30. Let's do some shorts.
Can a motorbike get down quicker than a mountain bike?
No, I'm going no. No, I'll do it quicker.
I think Johnny stands as good a chance as anybody.
No chance I can make it down quick here.
I think Johnny's going to do it.
I'm not even sure they'll make it down.
The biggest goal.
Hey man, I gotta talk to you about being in the restriction area, bro. Is it the wall I can't fish? This whole area. You got it. I saw the 500 feet sign, so I stayed 500 feet away.
Let's start with this.
Go ahead.
I know you want to.
Military exclusion zone. Don't fish. Don't go there. Get the hell out of there fast. Why? Because they drop bombs in that area. There's unexploded bombs. There's all kinds of military stuff. I mean, you could chuck your line out and hit a bomb and explode and blow you the hell up. I mean, so much danger there. And if it happens to be a day when they bomb it, you're going to be in real trouble.
Now be careful, it's going to be a lot faster than it was. If this thing had an hour meter on it, you'd have it maxed out by now. MX 125 by Razor is like the perfect size, but there's a handful of things we need to fix. First one being this throttle. It's an on-off switch. The list of reasons that should have a variable throttle on it is thousands of pages long. And if that wasn't bad enough, they made it only take up like 35% of the grid. The next thing is this built-in circuit breaker load protection this has. You have to push yourself off like this, otherwise it trips and you have to turn it off and back on to reset it. Thankfully, there's a fairly good-sized aftermarket world for these. So today, it's going to get a fully variable throttle, 24-volt motor, and a speed controller to handle it all. And obviously, we'll be converting it to run off an M18 Milwaukee. I'll throw the links.
So someone told me that flying FPV while you're alone is illegal. Are you that DJI pilot again? Yeah, that's me. Are you flying alone right now? Yeah, I'm up in the air. Are you looking at your drone or are you looking at your screen? I'm looking at my screen. Congratulations, you're committing federal crime right now. Like what? Jail. Straight to jail. So someone told me that flying FPV while you're alone is illegal. Are you that DJI?
The ranchers called me up and they said, you need to come out and shoot some of the foxes. They're devastating our lambs. And I ended up going out there, and when I was driving in with four-wheel drive at night with the high beams on, I seen this massive big black and white ball walking between the flock of sheep with a lamb in its mouth. It was this pig and it got a taste of me. Just been going around and just picking these lambs off and killing them. I ended up catching up with this pig the next morning and shot it with the bow. The first shot wasn't perfect and it charged me and I ended up stabbing it to death. When he charged me, I put an arrow on and shot and just went down one side. It just infuriated this boar, and he ended up hooking the bow out of my hand. Because when I was fending him off with the bow, his tusk went into the bottom limb of the bow, ripped the bow out of my hand. I ended up getting my knife off me, and I ended up stabbing this pig while it was trying to run me over. Anyway, I ended up stabbing this thing to death, and when I ended up cutting it open, it's like its whole stomach was lamb's hocks and skulls, and just like little bits of wool and stuff like that. The ranchers called me up.
Trump makes surprise offer to ex-Space Force commander ousted for criticizing DEI.
Thank you, Mr. President. We now have time for one last question. So our last question.
Make this a good one.
Our last one comes from Matthew. Matthew? He was an F-15 pilot. I won't hold that against you.
Here, I got it. Mr. President, first off, I want to speak on behalf of everyone here and say thank you for taking time tonight to speak with our troops.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill. We got a lot of good-looking men in this audience, don't we, huh? And a lot of good-looking women also, by the way. Thank you very much. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to revisit something you've talked about already. My name is Matt Lohmeyer. I was an Air Force F-15 pilot, and I was a commander in your newly created U.S. Space Force. I am also the first veteran of the Space Force because under the Biden-Harris regime, I was fired from my command and lost my pension for criticizing DEI trainings that were rampant in the military.
Seen it, we got reinstated. And Trump hired him.
What most people don't realize is that when you start FPV, the first thing you buy isn't a drone, but a remote only. But why is this? See, the way that FPV drones work is different to standard DJI drones. The main difference is that an FPV.
This guy wanted to show everyone how tough he was, but instead, he ended up going to sleep early. He was harassing some guys who clearly didn't want to fight. At first, they tried to calm him down, while other people were throwing some stuff at him. He then decided to back off, but he quickly changed his mind and went right back at them, getting physical once again. He clearly didn't understand that they didn't want to get involved, so, in the end, someone decided to explain it to him in his own language. This guy wanted to...
Oh, damn.
As I'm walking back toward the RV, I literally hear God tell me to turn around. I just see orange, and then I hear a loud boom.
While the blast knocked him to the ground, he found his footing and sprinted toward his fellow officer.
You can see on the camera, too, the footage. I've seen it. And I told him I didn't think anybody'd ever believe him how close he was.
Why is nobody talking about the Simpson prediction like they do all the other ones? Check this out.
What if your wife finds out?
It's modern times. Everyone's doing it. Where did my Christian limo driver go?
My Biden's husband is missing. The baby I chose to have baptized is gone. Mr. Thompson, what's happening?
It's the rapture, Sean.
Yeah. Only happens if you believe and follow Jesus Christ. If you have a personal relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ, you will get raptured. Well, rapture's not really a word in the Bible, but it kind of explains the word in the Bible, so you get raptured. Which means you go to heaven before anyone else. Or maybe in the middle of everyone else. Or, I don't know. Depends on what you believe about tribulation.
Okay, so your joystick's right here, and I have my leveler right here. So I'm gonna pick it up.
This was created for, like when you got a demonstration you need to do and you go to art places and you go to different places to display them. This TV was made for that purpose. It was not made for being in your house and being on a wall in your house.
The one who worked for Trump, that lady was an assassin. That lady had binders with footnotes, and they would say something. That's interesting because actually CNN said this.
To pass a Muslim ban in this country.
That's an absurd attempt to justify the misleading headlines that are regularly on your network. Gotta let me finish, Jim. This isn't a cable news segment. I'm answering your question right now from the White House podium. I mean, it's appalling. You have one person on your network saying this is a celebration in the streets. People are hugging. You celebrate hugging in the context of a protest, but in a Trump rally, that rally's not allowed because guess what, Jim? It doesn't fit the ideological agenda of CNN.
The one who worked for Trump, that lady was an assassin.
Babe, what are you looking for?
Honey, I gotta get my phone. So I'm gonna show them.
You're looking for your phone?
Yeah. What?
You think your phone's in your purse?
Yeah.
Is that why you're looking there? Okay. You put your phone in your purse. Okay.
Where is it? Did you hide it from me?
No, I definitely didn't hide your phone from you.
Chris, I told you. I'm gonna go look. I think I left it in the car. What is your problem?
You think you left it in the car?
Well, it's not.
Strangely, I've done this too. I've been on the phone, right, doing something, and then I've gone looking for my phone to do something because I've forgotten that the thing I'm doing is on my phone. It happens. I mean, this lady must feel really bad, but I think she's just doing it for the camera at home.
Okay, so I have a question. How many phones do you have, honey?
I have one phone.
You have one phone?
Yeah, the car.
I'm gonna tell you it's not.
TikTok shop? What does that say? How are you live?
How are you live?
You are live on your phone. But hey, she found her phone. Big.
Well done, mate. You gotta die, mate. I don't know why you.
This is a warning to all Christians. Many people are posting videos claiming that Jesus will ask you on Judgment Day if you spread the gospel, and if you didn't do it, you will go to hell. This is
No,
absolutely
that's
false.
wrong. What he will do is when Judgment Day comes, he will stand there and he will look in the book to see if you've been baptized, if you are a Christian. If your name's not in the book, straight to hell. That's it. Straight to hell. Done. Absolutely no choice. If you don't follow and worship Christ, the Lord Jesus Christ, and God, that word, you go straight to hell. There's no, did you do this? Did you do that? Anything like that. Although Jesus is all about forgiveness, there's no forgiveness without Jesus. When Judgment Day comes, you will be judged. You'll either go on his left or his right. I think it's those on the left go to hell, those on the right go to heaven. So that's something you have to bear in mind. I mean, I know I'm like, oh, I don't believe in this, I don't follow that. You will when he comes back and he appears. You'll have a chance to repent, and you'll have a chance to follow him and say sorry for all the things. If you refuse to, straight down.
This is a works-based salvation, which the Bible talks about in Matthew 7, verse 22. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. The thing that saves us.
He says, I never knew you, because they never had a personal relationship with him. They only went to church and, listened to some guy talk about something or other, or things like that. They just never had a personal relationship with God, or never fully believed,
Us from hell is the blood of Jesus that was shed on that cross. Now that doesn't mean we don't have to do the will of the Father.
I find it hard to express to you guys just how useless you feel with only night vision nowadays after you've experienced fusion. I mean, for real, especially with a setting like this one, you're lost. You're lost without fusion. I find it hard to express to you guys just how useless you
How do
feel
you
with
get
only
fusion?
night vision nowadays.
Feel with those Vikings.
Oh my God, I read
TikTok's terms of service. I went down a TikTok rabbit hole yesterday.
Yeah, it's good.
I stayed home, smoked a little weed, and I started reading up on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm going to read you this because this is so crazy.
Is it good or bad?
Bad.
So what are you saying? It's a bad place to be?
Listen to this. This is from TikTok's privacy policy.
All right.
It said, we collect certain information about the device you use to access the platform, such as your IP address, user region. This is really crazy. User agent, mobile carrier, time zone settings, identifiers for advertising purpose, model of your device, the device system, network type, device IDs, your screen resolution and operating system, app and file names and types. So all your apps and all your file names, all the things you have filed away on your phone.
So basically, your IP address is like your house address. So they monitor your house address through your IP, your house address. They monitor all your apps. They look at everything you've got on your phone. They know the model, the make, the thing of the phone. They know everything about the phone. They know about how you use it, and they know about how much time you spend on what. They have all your pictures, everything like that. There is no privacy online. No such thing as privacy online.
Oh my God, I read TikTok's terms of service. I went down a TikTok rabbit hole.
I believe the Holy Spirit is removing any sadness or...
Reese Witherspoon, billionaire now. Why? Because Reese Witherspoon, little sweet Susie Sunshine in Pink, basically took a book club, said to authors, I'll give you part of my platform for you to talk about your book because I'm lovely. It's free. You're going to sell a bunch of books. Tiny insignificant detail. I'd like the future rights to turn your book into a movie, and I'll pay you some sum, or I'll have a right of first refusal, aka I get the right to buy it before anybody else, and I'll pay you then for it. The author goes, amazing. Reese, of course, perfect. Reese tests out which books do best, and depending on which books do best, Reese buys their movie rights and makes movies that create, tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. But Reese doesn't tell that story. Reese tells the Susie Sunshine story of her selling the books.
What's the question?
Why is it not stupid?
That is actually a good question.
That's how it's that. No,
Got nothing to say.
Wait, no, show me. What do you think should be happening right now? Front wheel should be moving. What's the question?
This woman exposed the real Bill Gates in just a few seconds.
Oh my gosh, look at the size of the dot on her head. Wow. That's like having a big bullet, a big target on your head.
Bill Gates did not invent anything.
This is how much. This woman exposed the real Bill Gates in just a few seconds.
Bill Gates did not invent anything. The basic program was made by some mathematics professors in a college. The office operating system was by a software engineer, and he bought it for $50,000. He's built the empire by creating patents on software. And the first WTO meeting in Singapore gave him tax concessions, which is why all the IT industry moved to India. The fact that Silicon Valley became India's Silicon Valley is because they could save $40 billion annually. It was an outsourcing of software, all for Bill Gates. And then he started to put some of his money into philanthropy. And everyone thinks, wow, he's such a generous man. He gives so much. Every place he gives to is his former future markets.
This woman exposed the real Bill.
This is how much we don't know about the ocean. In 2020, I think it was, we had a fisheries biologist go down to Antarctica and discover a new species of killer whale that had never been seen. For example, when I was with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, we pronounced it NOAA. We had a program called the Ocean Exploration and Research Program with a dedicated ship, and it had a deep diving ROV.
Am I losing my mind? They found that I was using areas of the brain that we don't normally have conscious access to. These are two quotes from Jason Padgett, a seemingly normal guy who was attacked at a bar in 2002. After being released from the hospital, the way that Jason started seeing the world had completely changed. Everything that was perfectly smooth before When it moved, it had these little tiny edges. It looked like it was choppy.
He began drawing what he was seeing, the structure of space-time, quantum black holes, every shape he could manage to draw to try and effectively describe what he was seeing. One day, while drawing at a mall, he was approached by a man who said he recognized the high-level mathematics that Jason was drawing and encouraged him to enroll in a math class. He was later diagnosed with acquired savant syndrome, a rare condition where...
So here it is. Let's see what she do. Boom. Yeah, big block in there. I don't even know what the picture is. I don't know what it is. So we're about to see what it do. A little cruise. Let me get this steering wheel out because you can't get in there without it. She look pretty good though, huh? Sheesh. Let's see what she do. Ooh. I'm 5'10", so I made it work. All right. Steering wheel. Close the hatch. Ignition on. So here it is.
A woman has gone viral because she has a PhD and she took an IQ test next to some guy that she thought was just a dumb rube hillbilly. And the dumb rube hillbilly did better on the IQ test than she did.
I'm 21. I'm a high school graduate, and I work in the Marine Corps.
I have my PhD in cancer biology, and I work in the biotech industry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, me, I don't know. PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits, stuff like that. And then 6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you really have the highest EQ out of all of us.
One of the biggest downsides to university expansion and to credentialism is that it convinces people that they're much smarter than they are. A woman has gone viral.
Did you see the AI country version of In the Club? If you didn't, check this out. We got it.
Go, shawty, it's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. When I pull out that front, you see the bands on the roof. You see that?
Be relaxed, what?
I take some delicious, let them make a play. I'll make them do the dishes. I ain't on new stuff cause a bitch we're missing.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
This guy asked these bikers for help, and they all helped him out.
Y'all let it, as a team, help a person out a little bit? I'm stranded. Well, I'm going to be stranded pretty soon. And I don't need any money. I just need some fuel. My tractor needs to get to the bell for it. I just bought it. All right, hey, you can just go put it. You guys want to cash it? I'll put it on my card.
I'm filming. So he's getting in his face, in his face,
Yeah, put it on film.
Next to Midland Hotel. And he's been ejected now by send it to a pilot. Oh, well, we send it to a pilot.
We two-step my car. Like, no bullshit. They want to hear it. Dad, you're too far! You get closer!
Those high pitches that you heard
That's panic. It's very typical. Fearful cases not necessarily want to bite you. They just want to run away from you. But when you corner an animal that is in a fearful state, they're not using common sense anymore. They don't know you're trying to help them. The brain can only stay in a fearful state for so long. Then the brain calms down. So after the storm is calm, always. So who knows how this was created? But this was created by a human, and it's possibly a man.
He's a good dog. He deserves a good place to go and to find a home. As much as I'm going to miss him, it's not.
This is why people love bikes a little too much. Because at number 3, bikers always have each other's back.
Yeah, I think that's it for today, people.
At number 2, his bike gets more compliments than his girl.
What's this?
In countless horror films, grandfather-style clocks, regardless of size, are often linked to ghostly activity and dark
My dad had one of
presences.
them.
The small clock captured in the upcoming clip was no exception, despite its modest dimensions. This footage was filmed in Germany, where an ordinary day took a horrifying turn when its owner witnessed something he could scarcely explain. Would you keep such a clock in your home?
Oh. Okay, so what's so scary about the clock? Oh, I'm so scared. I'm freaking out. That's different than usual, but probably just a mechanism.
Yet, the disturbing phenomena somehow followed him, escalating to the point where he sent his loved ones to live with relatives. Zark hears strange noises all the time, but when he checks the recordings, there's absolutely nothing. Could something malevolent be toying with him?
I think I'm gonna go crazy very soon because I'm hearing stuff and I don't recognize whether it's happening real or not. The camera light is on. Even the switches. See? The red light. Even this. See? The red light is on. So everything works at home except the lights during the haunting hours. I'll show you something as well. You can see this? All the appliances work at home except the lights during the haunting hours. I'm sorry, there's nothing much in the fridge because it's only me now. All I just eat nowadays is just croissant and some drinks.
Croissants and drinks? What?
He believes the malfunctioning lights are the first clear signal that the paranormal activity is ramping up. Before long, his hairdryer will switch on by itself. Desperate to get some sleep before his early morning shift, he returns to bed, only to be jarred awake by something utterly horrifying. Can you imagine being jolted out of sleep by an invisible force?
Let's see. I just woke up. There was some sound over here. But it's very strange. The lights on now. Normally there's no activities during the night. I could hear some sound. The haunting has begun. The door just opened.
You think that's gonna protect you? Sounds like a dog running around. Of course, the camera's looking up, not really at the floor, so. Is that a shadow there? Is that a black shadow, or is it just dark, too dark? Yeah, it's a dog. Do you see it? See if I can catch it for you. There's a dog in the house. Or an animal of some kind. Gets out of bed. He walks around the corner. When he turns left to the shower, I think it is, you can see the animal. Didn't I go far enough? Look at that moving across the. I missed it. See this white thing here? Ah, damn it. That was his tail. Yeah, running around? Your pan's left here somewhere, and you can clearly see that it's a small dog or something. So right about there, there's a dog. Yeah, it's right there. Look at this here. It's right there. It was very, very quick. He doesn't plan this again, so he obviously knows the dog's there. See that dog come through there? Maybe it was dust.
Panicking, he dove onto his bed, shaken by whatever lurked in the darkness. Despite searching for ways to rid his home of this entity, he's had no luck and endures it alone for his family's sake. Perhaps he'll share more updates soon. But for now, what do you believe is happening?
There is a dog there.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Anthony, a passionate Arsenal supporter from England, who was watching his favourite team's latest highlights. Unable to afford the live sports channels, he relied on replays to stay updated, but vowed this would change once he graduated from university. He'd been living contentedly in a small flat for nearly a year, but lately, bizarre happenings began to unsettle him. Strange noises and odd movements at the edge of his vision hinted that something was off.
That's my highlights for the 19,000th time. And just moving, right? So this is moving. I thought it was because maybe one of the things was stuck in the blinds, and I closed the blinds, but that was one thing. The bike then fell, and I haven't touched this bike for like 3 weeks. It's not like this is propped up against the wall, the saddle wasn't sorted like that, and it just kind of rolled back, and I thought, okay, maybe the pedal slipped, but again, not on the wall. Then this bag kind of twitched in the corner of my eye. I'm pretty sure anyway, she was watching telly, so I wasn't paying attention. And I'm just kind of now trying, I tried to film other stuff in the bike movement, but I'm just trying to see if I'm going mad and the cat's on the
Anthony decided to switch to an empty apartment 1 floor above, where he could continue paying the same rent. But are these events truly otherworldly or just a freak accident? Ian, from the Midwest Ghost Hunter YouTube channel, set his sights on the historic Argo Hotel. This place started out as a railroad hotel before transforming into a sanatorium in 1935, where many patients died amid
Sanitariums is where you're going to find a lot of ghosts.
Rumors of sinister experimental treatments. Eventually closed in the 1960s, it reopened as a bed and breakfast. Among the many reported ghosts is Alice, who passed away in the basement during childbirth and is said to roam the halls weeping for her lost baby. Another apparition is a man with
Sinister medical procedures are bad. I mean, it's sad. But it is also responsible for a lot of the things that we have, like transplants. We only had that because of a doctor who did really sinister, really gruesome things. Everyone was up in arms. Everyone didn't want him around. They wanted him taken out of the medical profession and everything. And we have transplants because of that. What he did was he sewed a head onto a dog. There was a live dog, and he got another dog, cut its head off, and sewed it onto the original dog. So the dog had 2 heads, and found a way to make it work. So then he could take parts out of animals and put parts in from other animals and have them work in the body. And that's how we got transplants. But at the time, it was disgusting and terrible. But yeah.
wearing a hat, sometimes spotted gazing out the windows.
Oh, look, it's the Hat Man.
Would you spend a night in such a place?
Yeah, but I wouldn't sleep. I'd have cameras everywhere and ghost detectors and everything. I don't see anything there. What we got? Nothing.
Hello?
Is it me you're looking for?
There it is again. I see it. It's like right over there. Down that hallway.
Is it this you're talking about? What is it that you're talking about?
Whatever it was, it appeared over here.
That thing there just moved.
Not catching anything in those ones. I swear to God, I just heard that right behind me.
Anyway, people, I'm bored. I'm going.